Hey guys, my name is Robin, and in this Brevo email marketing tutorial, I'll share quick tips on how to get the most out of Brevo's email marketing features. So let's not waste any time, let's jump straight into the content of this video. So the first thing I would advise you to do when you're sending your first email newsletters with Brevo is to activate Google Analytics tracking. So to do that, you're going to go to campaigns, you're going to go to settings, and then over here we have the Google Analytics settings. So we're going to click on configure, and you have to just enable this setting. So it's really simple. Enable this box over here, and then enable this one over here as well. So if you enable this setting, whenever you send a new email newsletter with Brevo, you don't have to keep enabling this setting with every individual newsletter you're sending. If you enable this one, it'll be enabled by default in the future. So then you're going to click on save, obviously. So the second thing I advise you to create is an update preference form for your list. So over here you can see an example. This basically allows your subscribers to update their preferences. So if we see this example newsletter over here, and if we scroll down to the footer, there's obviously a link to unsubscribe from your list. But let's say you have multiple newsletters. So let's say you send a monthly update about your software product to customers and potential customers, but you also have a separate newsletter for, let's say, blog posts or YouTube videos. So with a preference form, your subscribers can choose to unsubscribe from just one newsletter instead of just unsubscribing from all your newsletters. So let's say if you only have one unsubscribe link, if a subscriber clicks that link, they will be unsubscribed from all your lists. So if you have that preference form, something like this, your subscriber can update their preferences in terms of what kind of newsletters they want to receive from you. So to create a preference form, you're going to go to context, then you're going to go to forms, and then you'll see the update profile over here. And then you're going to click this button over here, create an update profile form. Then you're going to walk through these steps and you're going to create the form. And I'll show you in a bit how to add that form to your newsletter. But we're not quite done with the initial steps that you have to walk through before you send that first newsletter. So the next thing is you're gonna create a test list. So if you already have a main list for all your subscribers, you want to create a new test list. So create a new list and add just one contact to that list where you can send a test email to. It's always a good practice to send that email first to a test list to make sure everything is correct. So the links are correct, etc. Maybe you can add some colleagues to that list. So you want to make sure you double check the email if it's a really important email. So create a test list. So the next thing, so if you go to campaigns, then click on settings, and then we're gonna click on default settings. Over here we can change our default campaign settings. So whenever you're sending a new email campaign, you have these sender options. So if you click on manage sender, you'll see the email address and the name, which is what people will see when you send them that email. So you can choose to change this name to, so for example, your brand name or your personal name. You can also change the default sender email address, as you can see. We can also change the default reply to email address. So I'm going to change that to my new email address, info@creatorrack.com, and I'm going to click on save. Okay, finally, let's send in a campaign. So we're going to go to campaigns. So one cool feature Brevo offers is the folder feature. So it's a pretty simple feature, but it's a useful feature where you can basically organize all your newsletters. So for example, you can create a Black Friday folder where you can store or basically add the Black Friday newsletters you sent last year, for example. So if you want to see what content or what discounts you've used last year, how those emails performed, you can quickly find them if you're using folders to organize all your newsletters. So let's create our first campaign. And if you just want to send one newsletter, you're going to click on email. So then you'll see you have two options. You can send a regular email or an A/B test email where you can test subject lines or the email content. So let's say you want to test the subject lines. Let me quickly show you how that works. I'm going to click on create A/B campaign. So here you can add those subject lines, the subject line A and subject line B. I'm going to click on save. And then over here we have the split rules. And here you can choose how do you want the winning email to be chosen. So you can choose the version with the highest open rate or the version with the highest click rate. And how long should we run the test? So multiple days, multiple hours. So that is basically the A/B testing feature. So I'm going to go back. And so in this case, I'm just going to create a regular campaign. So I'm going to go back to email, regular, and I'm going to just call it test. So by the way, this is only for internal use, this campaign name. So your subscribers will not see this name. I'm going to create campaign. So here we have multiple options. So recipients, subject line, the design of the email, and then we have the additional settings. So let's click on edit those settings. So the first thing you'll see is that the Google Analytics tracking is enabled by default. And that is because that first thing we did, right? We enabled that setting by default. Keep in mind that the campaign name you gave in the beginning, so test, that is what the UTM campaign value will be. So maybe a good practice is to make sure you give that campaign name a recognizable name. So you can find it in your Google Analytics. So then over here we have the use the update profile form. So remember the form we just created with the preferences. Here you can enable that form. You can select what preferences form you want to use. So let's say you want to use this one. You're going to select it and then it will be added to your newsletter. So I'm going to click on save. So the next thing you're obviously going to do is you're going to start designing your newsletter. So I'm going to click on that button. So when building a newsletter inside Brevo, you basically have four options. You can start from scratch. So you can use this option over here with a blank template basically. You can also choose one of the basic layouts over here, or you can use one of their 54 pre-designed email templates. They look pretty good, so you can see what's possible in terms of design. And you can also code your own email. So you can use the rich text editor or the HTML editor. And over here you can see the past newsletters you sent. And by the way, I'm not sure if you noticed, but if you're on the layouts tab over here, you can see there's the same logo in all of these emails. And that's because I've used the brand library feature. So let's say I'm gonna click on this template. I'm gonna use this template. So you can go to style, and over here you have that feature, the brand library. So I'm gonna click on edit in brand library. And here you can basically add your website and it'll basically import the logo, the colors and the fonts. So if it's not correct, you can edit it over here as well. Brevo has a lot of flexibility in terms of fonts. As you can see, you can upload custom fonts and there is also a fallback option. So not every email client like a Gmail or an Outlook offers all fonts. So if that email client doesn't offer that font, you can use a fallback option for your newsletters. And also one other great tip, if you're not a big fan of the design you've just chosen, you can go back. So let's say I'm going to click on back to campaign. And then over here you see these three dots. If you click on it, you can click on reset design. I'm going to click on that now. So there is this warning over here, you will lose all your current content and modifications. So yes, confirm. And now you can choose a different design again. So then whenever you're ready with your design, with your email, with the recipients you chose, and again here you can send that email first to your test list, right? What we created beforehand. So you're going to click on schedule and then you have multiple options. So you can send the email now, obviously. You can schedule it for later, or you can use the send at best time and it'll calculate what the best time is for sending your newsletter. So let's have a look at automations. So if we go to automations, click on create an automation, then you can see Brevo has two editors. So they have the classic editor, which is basically the old editor. You can still use that editor and you can also use the new editor. So for this tutorial, I'm going to use the new editor. So I'm going to click here on the new editor. And what you see here is Brevo's email automation editor. So let me quickly walk you through the dashboard of the email automation editor. So first, let's start with triggers. So as the name implies, a trigger is what triggers your automation. So how do you want your automation to start? For example, you can choose to start your automation when a contact is added to a list. That's the most obvious trigger. So that is one example. So if someone joins your list, you want this automation to start. As you can see, there are lots of different kinds of triggers. So you can trigger an automation when an email is opened, when a link is clicked in a specific email, when someone unsubscribes from a specific list. If you also want to use Brevo's CRM tools, you have the deal options. So when a deal is created, when a task is complete. So as you can see, many different options. So for example, this is my website and I sell an online dog training course. It's a 6-week course. And when someone purchases this course, they get access to this course. So this is the course where people get access to when they purchase my online dog training course. And as you can see, all kinds of different modules are in this course. So whenever someone purchases this course, I obviously want to send them some emails. I want to make sure they follow up and actually gonna follow the course. So one way to set something up like that, so when someone signs up for my course, and to send them emails whenever they start with the course. So Brevo doesn't have a native integration with my online course platform Thinkific, so I have to use a third-party tool called Zapier. So what did I do? So this is Zapier's dashboard over here. So inside Zapier, I created an automation. So whenever a new user is added to my Thinkific account, I want to update something in Brevo. And what do I want to update? I want to update, so for example, a list. So I want to add that contact to a specific list inside my Brevo account. So in that example, we're gonna use the contact is added to the list. So you want to trigger this specific automation based on when a contact is added to a list. Obviously, you want to make sure you're gonna choose that same list that you choose inside Zapier over here. You're gonna click on save. So now whenever someone purchases my course and they got added to my online course platform, this specific automation inside Brevo will be triggered. And by the way, good to note, inside Brevo you can add multiple triggers. So not every email marketing tool allows you to add multiple triggers. And that's just a quick side note. So I'm gonna remove this trigger. So then we have actions. So again, a pretty big list of different actions you can add to your automation. So the most obvious action is obviously send an email. That's what most people use. So you can just drag and drop this email onto the email automation editor. So I'm gonna do that. And over here, we can edit that email. So I can click on select a template, or I can start from scratch. So I can design or edit that specific email. So the email I'm sending to the ones that are joining my online course is something along the lines of welcome to the online course, what to expect, what to do in the first week, etc. So in my case, it's a 6-week course. So I want to send another email 1 week later. And that's where the rules come in. And here we can add a time delay. So I can just drag and drop that onto the automation editor as well. And here I can say I want to wait for 7 days, so 1 week. And I'm going to click on save. I'm going to go back to actions. And then I want to send another email 1 week into the course. So I'm going to drag and drop that other email over here. And again, I can design that email over here. So this is just one example of how you can use Brevo's email automation editor. When someone joins your course, you can send them multiple emails using this specific framework. So one drawback of this specific system we just set up is that it isn't really personalized for that specific user. So the beginning is personalized because the moment they sign up for your course, they will receive an email with instructions on how to get started, what to expect in that first week. But the following emails, so for example, this second email after 7 days, in this email, we're probably just assuming that they went through the lessons of the first week. And that's obviously an assumption. So for example, maybe that specific person didn't even start the course yet. So if you want to personalize it even further, you can do that. So for example, inside Zapier, you also have the option, so with Thinkific, so for example, to trigger an event when a lesson is completed. So for example, if we go back to my online course, so let's say this is the first week. So for example, this is the last lesson in the first week whenever they transfer to the second week. So maybe I want to trigger an event the moment they complete this specific lesson. So the moment someone completes a lesson, you can add them to a different list inside Brevo. So we're going to go back to our automation editor over here. And instead of just a regular time delay, we're going to use this rule over here because we're going to wait until someone is added to that specific list before we're going to send that second email. So we're going to drag this onto the automation editor, and then we're going to tweak these settings. So we're going to click on contacts and then contact added to the list. And then we're going to select that list we just created. So I'm going to click on save. So here's a setting. If the event does not happen, how long do you want to wait? So I'm just going to say 12 months. I want to give them plenty of time to complete that first week. So I'm going to click on save. And now we're going to go back to actions. And now we can send that second email over here. So whenever someone completes that lesson we want them to complete, then and only then we're gonna send that second email. But again, this is a little bit more advanced. You can also use that first example. So then inside the automation dashboard, we were now in the builder section. We also have the audience section. And here there is the setting. Do you want a contact to re-enter this specific automation after they exit this specific automation? So if you do want them to re-enter, then you have to enable this specific setting. So for example, in my case, so whenever someone completes my online course, do I want them to re-enter whenever they get added again to my course? So in my case, that will never happen. Whenever someone purchases my course, they're not going to purchase it again probably. But anyhow, it doesn't hurt to enable the setting. Let's say someone does purchase it again. I don't mind them to go through this automation again, right? So I want to allow a contact to re-enter my automation. Then there are some exit conditions. So for example, do you want a contact to leave this automation before they complete the entire automation? So in this example, so for my online course, I can't think of any reason why I want to delete or remove a contact from this specific automation. But there are other situations where you do want to use the exit condition. So one example is, so let's say someone joins your newsletter because you're giving away a coupon code for your store. And let's say this automation you're building right here has only one goal, and that is to make sure that specific contact uses that coupon code, and whenever they purchase something from your store using that coupon code, you want to remove them from all these promotional emails you have going on in this specific list. You don't want to keep reminding them of using that specific coupon code if they already used it, right? So in that case, a really good reason to exit that specific contact is if they used your coupon code or if they made a purchase in your store. That is a really good example of when to use an exit condition. So what's next? So we just covered this one, so getting started with the newsletter. We've covered getting started with the automation builder, and now I would like to help you authenticate your domain. I want to show you how to import your contacts. I've got a sample file you can download here, and I basically want to show you everything Brevo can do, like using the form builder. I want to show you Brevo segmentation builder, the CRM features Brevo offers. So basically all of Brevo's features you see on the left hand side on the dashboard. So what you're looking at here is my Brevo online course. I made it for beginners so they can learn how to use Brevo properly. And now you're probably wondering, how much does this course cost, right? Well, here's the best part. It's completely free.
For free?
For free.
So instead of charging $200 for this course, I'm giving it away for free. And that's because Brevo is covering the cost. So there is one thing you have to do though, and that is you have to use my link to sign up for a Brevo account. So my link is creatorrag.com/Brevo. And once you've signed up using that specific link, email me at info@creatorrag.com to get access to the course. And if you do sign up using my specific link, so if I click on enter here, so Brevo can see that you came through my link. As you can see, my name is in this URL, so they can see you came through my link, and that means they'll pay for your course access. So that's how you get it for free.